Right, so as SEND, or special needs caregivers, we don't necessarily control the quantity of sleep. Right? Our nights are often interrupted. We have to get up and attend to our children. It's not their fault that it's just part and parcel of looking after the needs of the person who has additional needs. It's just part of the game. So let's talk about three things that I believe are practical for us as SEND caregivers, levers that we can pull to protect the quality of the sleep that we do get. The first one is caffeine. Now, full disclosure, I'm not telling you to cut out caffeine. I think coffee is the nectar of the gods. I enjoy my coffee. But if you understand that caffeine blocks adenosine, adenosine is the molecule that builds up in your brain over the course of the day, and it is responsible for the application of sleep pressure. It's the thing that applies that sleep pressure and makes you feel tired and want to go to sleep. And you understand that caffeine blocks adenosine, not competes it at the receptors. You understand that the later in the day that you drink caffeine, the longer it's going to take for that sleep pressure to build up, which means that you're going to have a hard time falling asleep. The other thing to know about caffeine is that caffeine is a stimulant, right? That's obvious. But what does a stimulant do? Well, it interferes with your sleep in that it prevents proper deep sleep, prevents your brain from entering that slow wave state, that rest state, that deep rest state that you need for proper restorative sleep. So I said not telling you to give up caffeine, but now I'm telling you all these things that caffeine does. The trick is, the lever that we can pull the SEND caregivers is time your caffeine dosage. In other words, have caffeine in the morning, don't have caffeine in the afternoon. Caffeine has a half-life of like 6 to 7 hours. So you don't want to be having caffeine past midday if you're wanting to have appropriate sleep pressure when you're trying to fall asleep at night. So that's lever number one. Restrict caffeine intake to the morning hours only. A second lever that we can pull is alcohol. Now, whatever your favorite adult beverage may be, it is not actually helping you, because there's a couple things to know about it. So alcohol is a suppressant, or rather, it's a sedative, right? And sedation is not sleep. It interferes with REM sleep. It disrupts REM sleep. It disrupts the quality of your sleep. Although you feel like you're falling asleep easier because you're sedated, you're not actually falling into the proper rhythm of sleep that your body needs for restoration and recovery. That's why after a night of drinking, you wake up feeling worse off. It's not just the hangover. You've also been robbed of proper quality sleep. So as much as your favorite little tipple helps to take the edge off the day, what it's robbing you of is the proper, true, restorative sleep and recovery that your brain actually needs. And because it interferes with REM sleep, it's robbing you of the part of sleep that helps your emotional regulation and that emotional reset that you need. So alcohol is not helping. The more you can do with alcohol, your life will promise you that. And then last, scheduling. So we all know that it's not up to us whether we get woken up during the night, correct? But because sleep runs off the back of your circadian rhythm is your 24-hour sleep-wake cycle. Suprachiasmatic nucleus, which sits in the brain, dictates the sleep-wake cycle that your body goes through. There's an actual rhythm to this, all sorts of stuff tied to this rhythm. A quick fix, not a quick fix, but a very effective fix, is to establish a bit of a sleep schedule in terms of when you go to bed. Have a set time per night where within half an hour, give or take, that is more or less when you go to bed, regular basis. Doing that helps to train your circadian rhythm, it helps to train your sleep cycle, and it helps to make sure that at that point in time, your body knows that you're expecting to go to sleep. So start to apply that sleep pressure. It'll align the adenosine buildup. It'll align all the things that are needed to help that sleep pressure go on, to help you fall asleep quicker and easier, so that the first portion of your night, when you get that deep sleep focus, your sleep cycles, you get the best quality that you can before the wake-ups and the interruptions that may come along. Those are three things, three levers that you can pull as a special needs caregiver. You've got caffeine, control your intake, restrict it to the morning hours. Don't have it past midday. That'll help you fall asleep and to sleep more deeply at night. You've got alcohol. Do not use alcohol to take the edge off the day. It robs you of REM sleep. It robs you of the quality of sleep in the part that gives you your emotional regulation and resetting. It is important. Don't rob yourself of that. And then 3, set yourself up a sleep schedule. Try get to bed at the same time every night, give or take half an hour, because your circadian rhythm becomes entrained to this. Your body learns that that is the time that you go to sleep. It knows to start applying that sleep pressure appropriate to that timing, and you will find that you fall asleep easier, get more deep sleep as a result. 3 levers that you can pull as a special needs caregiver that aren't going to cost you extra money, that aren't impossible to do, but may be very beneficial in the long run if you can do them consistently.